Hello everyone and welcome to your severe weather update for April 8th, 2020. This is a dangerous day today. That's why I'm making this update. An enhanced risk has been given by the Storm Prediction Center, and this is not the kind of thing where we're going to be seeing tons of tornadoes or anything like that, but we could see some pretty significant hail with this, and that can be very dangerous. And we could also see, especially on the eastern sides of the area, some pretty significant wind. So I wanted to go over the threats today generally. I do disagree with the Storm Prediction Center significantly on a few things, and you'll see that on my own outlook, but you can see here the general threat area is going to be about the same, just some disagreements on where the highest threats are. But you can see around 2 p.m., so about an hour from now, we're supposed to start to see storms moving in, and we're going to have a well-defined line by 5 p.m. moving into the area. This is going to contain some strong winds and some very large hail. Those are the main threats. An isolated tornado or two is possible, but really right now, very, very large hail is the worry. And when I'm talking about very large hail, I'm talking hail greater than 2 inches in diameter. So we could be talking about hail the size of golf balls, half dollars. Even in some places, baseball-sized hail is a possibility. So today, it's a really good idea to be checking out what's going on because it's going to be a very dangerous day, especially in terms of hail. Here are the overall severe weather threats. You can see on my scale, large hail creeping into that very high category, although it does still remain in the high category. Strong winds are moderate to high. Large hail is high, creeping into very high, and tornadoes are creeping into the moderate threat. Flooding is a relatively low threat today. That's good news. So let's talk about my outlook today. This is the wind threat. I think that the biggest enhancement of wind threat is in this particular area, the yellow area. That's the moderate area. So that is where you have a 20% chance of experiencing a wind gust over 60 miles per hour. So the odds of you getting a severe thunderstorm warning are fairly high today, I would say, but the odds of you actually experiencing those severe conditions are about 20%. So about 20% of this area will experience severe conditions. You can also see that hatched area, that black hatched area, that is the particularly intense area. That's where we could see winds in excess of 80 miles per hour in gusts in some of these storms. So very intense storms possible there. You can see that low risk extends all the way out to near Kansas City, all the way to Indianapolis, and that very low risk surrounds that. That actually extends out quite a bit farther than what you can see on this map. So now let's move on to hail. That's the big threat of the day, and you can see that red area, that high threat, 30% of that high threat area is expected to get very large hail at some point today. You can see the hatched area encompasses nearly the entirety of the St. Louis area and actually extends off the map to the east. So pretty significant hail threat today, and you can see that extends all the way from around Indianapolis all the way up to about Des Moines, Iowa, Cedar Rapids, that particular area. So definitely something to keep track of. Quincy, Illinois is within that high risk at 30%. And you can see those 20% risks encompassing nearly the whole area as well as the hatched area. So hail is going to be a pretty high threat today. Extremely large hail possible within the particular red area. And you can actually see how that particularly intense wind area and the red area kind of overlap. So strongest storms in general probably going to be within that red area. Let's talk about the tornado threat. And the tornado threat is the lowest of the three. You can see a low risk encompasses most of the St. Louis area, or at least the eastern side. The western side, things are fairly low when it comes to tornado risk. You can see as you head south, we head into that moderate, that 10%. Basically, that's just because conditions are better, and there's going to be better conditions for isolated tornadoes with time. So there's a 10% chance of experiencing a tornado if within that area. So that's the particular, that's particularly what's going on. Alright, well I hope that this did inform you in some way. Thank you so much for watching. You can follow us on Facebook at MicroCasting St. Louis, on Twitter at MicroCasting STL, and on Instagram just search MicroCasting St. Louis. Again, severe weather is possible today, so stay safe. We'll be updating you on our social media. Have another way to get weather alerts if you can. Thank you for watching. We do hope you enjoyed the video, and subscribe and hit the bell to turn on notifications so you never miss a new one. This is MicroCasting St. Louis, signing out.